We're going to be talking about storing up or laying up treasures on earth. It appears that the world that surrounds us in the legal, those that are basically without faith in God, have they spend their time on this. Their worries are about the secular flow of things, what's going on economically. And God's people were not to be concerned with these things. Jesus, even before he got to the Matthew 6:24 scripture, that you cannot serve God and money or the mammon God, he counseled with direction in Matthew 6:19 to 21. So we're going to read that. What's his words and what's his direction? Now he says, lay not. So that's a command. When the word not, when he's saying lay not, he's directing, he's counseling for God's people to not be doing something. So he says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So this is very sound counsel. And when you look at the world, the community of Christianity that I have seen, I see the opposite. Some even believe that God's blessing them with money and worldly success over being a believer in Jesus Christ. And that reflects nothing to do with the scriptures, nothing to do with the early apostles nor the early Christians. There's no evidence of that going on. In fact, the only evidence when he was talking to someone who had wealth, that wealthy young prince that he told to sell everything he had, give to the poor, and then come follow him, he walked away because he had too many possessions. He was possessed by his possessions. So if you are possessed with what you have, you think these things are going to bring you salvation. You're in a delusion, and you're doing it to yourself. So these certificates that are issued in the legal system are issued for people to pursue secularism. That's it. There is no other purpose for this. And it's a terrible journey because you will never be satisfied down that direction. There'll never be enough to feel security with. You ask a wealthy man how much is enough, he'll never tell you because he needs more. And I've run into many people that have adopted that unfortunate mammon secular Christianity viewpoint, that they can serve both. They can be in both when the scripture said clearly ye cannot serve both these masters. So that's why the remedy getting out of this, the escape, is going to be more clear as we go on with other videos. I'm going to read you out of this McGraw-Hill insurance series that was dealing with what is defined in the legal world as monetary gain, property, and they refer to it in definition because everything's based on property. Everything's property. This is property. Okay? It was issued by the state. You're just entrusted with it, and you become surety for it. But when we look here, it says, wherever used in this bond property shall be deemed to mean. So they call everything bond property. So everything that you've ever accumulated is based on this bond. So bond property shall be deemed to mean money, currency, coin, banknotes, Federal Reserve notes, canceled or uncanceled postage and revenue stamps, U.S. savings stamps, bullion, precious metals of all kinds, and in any form, and articles made therefrom, jewelry, watches, necklaces, bracelets, gems, precious and semi-precious stones, bonds, securities, evidences of debt, debentures, welcome to this, debentures, scrip, certificates of deposit, certificates of stock, car trust certificates, equipment trust certificates, interim receipts, interim certificates, warrants, rights, transfers, coupons, drafts, bills of exchange, acceptances, promissory notes, checks, money orders, travelers, letters of credit, travelers' checks, warehouse receipts, bills of lading, abstracts of title, life, ocean, marine, and inland marine insurance policies, deeds, mortgages upon real estate and or upon chattels and upon interest therein, assignments of such policies, mortgages and instruments, and other valuable papers and documents, and all other instruments similar to or in the nature of the foregoing, in which the insured has an interest, or which are held by the insured for any purpose or in any capacity, and whether so held gratuitously or not, and whether or not the insured is liable therefore, and chattels which are not hereinfor enumerated, and for which the insured is legally liable. So when you enter the mammon game, you become legally responsible for bonded property. You're the surety.